welcome everybody to this workshop. My name is Malene, for the ones that hasn't met me before, and I'm the project manager for this OSS project. I will just kind of take you through the project, a little recap of what we have done, but the main focus for me today will be on entering phase 2 and all that lies ahead for the project when actually phase 1 officially came to an end 31st of May. So that is my main focus for this presentation. The overall goal is something worth repeating. We have set out to do the following, and that is to improve the policies for the competitiveness for SMEs by making the support services for first-time entrepreneurs better. And we want to build a complete ecosystem for entrepreneurs and for new businesses. This is what we set out to do. Here, if you can see that I'm pointing, yes, you can. This is the goal. This is the overall goal. This is how we have learned throughout the first phase, where we have changed experience and expertise with each other. And here is what we want to achieve by concrete results after we are finished with phase 2. And the deliverance is a toolbox. And to just explain in short, the toolbox will contain good practices and methods that we all use in our work for startups and new business. And also, by learning all this, we want to change our policies through the deliverance of our action plans. Here are the partners that have been working together the last 3 years. And this is what we have done. We had a kickoff in Norway. And actually, it's the same date, almost, I think. It was the first week of June, So we are at the same date, 3 years after the first kickoff. And then we went to UK and Hampshire to learn about digital capacities and also digital solutions for startups. And then we went to Bulgaria with mentoring. And then we went to COVID situation and were not able to meet anymore. So the Spanish workshop were online about collaboration between different levels of governance. And then we had the online workshop in Slovenia with crowdfunding and different ways of funding for new businesses. And now we are in Poland online again, all about co-working spaces and incubators. And Belgium is our expert partners, and they are the ones kind of summing up everything, seeing the whole picture, putting it into context to sum up and make it more clear for everybody. To take you through our work and the complete ecosystem, this is kind of the Norwegian model, and I want to just show it because it shows also our project in whole. We have the first line service, and we call it the staircase of entrepreneurship in Norway. It goes all the way down to young entrepreneurs with preschool, elementary and high school, college and university, and system to build entrepreneurship spirit. And then we have the Hopid system, but it's also about the networking arenas, the social media, the spreading of information. And then you have courses and advisors and business development systems. And then you move up a bit and you have the experts. And for us, it's Innovation Norway. And then we move up again, and you have the innovation hubs, the co-working spaces, the knowledge centers, and the incubators. This is what we will address today. And then you have the clusters, the different topic clusters, and then you have research and development, and then it's all about making the ecosystem complete to create an international competitive environment for business. And I think that's something we all can relate to, and also it's crucial in the rebuild after COVID-19. And as you can see, all the topics that we have gone through in the OSS project fits into this system. And the first line service is the four first steps. And then you move on. So I think this is kind of the road to growth. And by focusing on this, you can be able to build a complete system and also identify the gaps. For all the partners, it's been really important to identify the gaps and then to have kind of a bigger focus on the gaps, and also to include the methods for solutions in the action plan that we now are producing. This is the activities we have done in phase 1. It's just a little recap. The picture is from Bulgaria when we were able to meet. I miss you all. We have had 6 workshops. This is the 6th. We have had best practices in all topics and from all partners, because that has been really important for the project, that everybody contributes with their examples in all topics. Everybody prepares information and do the work. We have had regional stakeholder meetings, physical and online. And also the advisory partner, Belgium, our expert partner, they work with putting together the complete toolbox for the end conference that will be in Belgium. We are now currently developing 6 action plans, 1 for each partner. And then we have the marketing, and we do really well in marketing. We are on top when it comes to numbers. In our call, we are call 3. We deliver on top when it comes to number of hits and the activities in communication. So that's really good, and that is Polish partners' responsible area. So really great work on that one. Yeah, and here are some pictures to remember when we could meet. And the first pictures are from Ålesund and the kickoff, the first meeting when we didn't know each other that well. And then from UK, and then when we were in Sofia in Bulgaria. And then COVID-19 happened. And I have to say that the project has adapted really, really great to the new situation. It was difficult, but we managed to keep up the activity. And we have had several online meetings and also kind of internal online meetings in the project, and then the big study visits online. So it's been really, really great how you all have adapted to this new situation. We also implemented 1 extra COVID-19 workshop that we did 23rd of March. Where we exchange experience on COVID-19 related solutions related to businesses and startups. I think it was really important to share how we all try to solve the situation that we are in. And what we could find was kind of the main finding were that we saw that it's 2 different ways of helping businesses. We had one way where state and the regional level deliver aid directly to the businesses, but we saw also examples that state delivered finance aid to the people, and then the people, the market, decides by buying products from the different businesses. So then it was kind of 2 different ways of helping business. And which one is the best? We do not know at this stage, but I hope it's possible to see with the with looking at results, how this all turns out in the end. Yeah, and everything is possible to find in the newsletter that we wrote, that Poland produced with help from the partners. And also, just a reminder that our project is more important than it ever has been. And why is this? Because it's easy and difficult at the same time. Europe needs new businesses to grow and survive after COVID-19. We need a first-line service system for startup and businesses, and it needs to be stable and needs to be really good to create economic growth after the pandemic. And we all need to rebuild Europe. So the key is we need all to share our good practices to get back up on our feet again. We have a good practice database, which will be valid also when phase 1 is done. So this is a really important site to go and look at the different good practices all around the project. The link is in the presentation. And what is on the agenda now? It's all about, for the project now, it's all about the action plan development. We delivered the first delivery in March when it comes to the action plan. And the second delivery has 2 dates of deliverance. It's 31st of May, so half of the partners delivered by that date, and then half of the partners will deliver by 11th of June, this Friday. And then we will have a third and final delivery by the end of August. And important, to get this done, our stakeholders are really crucial to get everything in place and everything done and implemented. Without the stakeholders, we have no chance to deliver what we want to. So that's really just a message. And what lies ahead for us now? What's important to focus on in phase 2? Because it's a different timeline. Everything was just thrown around by COVID-19. First of all, it's important to keep up the activity in the project in phase 2. More important than ever, since we haven't been able to meet since September 2019. Postponed activities and additional activities needs to be focused on to move from phase 1 to phase 2. We are now in the phase that is called monitoring of the implementation of the action plans. And that is also the focus for the activities, but still we can move some activities to phase 2 and we need to get that done. We will have 2 project meetings in phase 2, one in semester 8, that's spring 22, and I hope that everything is in order and everybody has their vaccines and we can go. And then semester 10, that is spring 23. And we have one important event that we hope a lot can attend, and that is a high-level political dissemination event. That is the end conference in Antwerp in semester 9, and that is autumn 22. And this will be implemented physical. That is the goal. Also, we are supposed to report and share experience on results, both regional and international. So we have work to do in our regions, and we also need to focus on the international bit. We are still going to market and communicate all our activities, and then we have the final report. Most of all, I really hope to meet all of you again. The digital works, but I think everybody can agree that meetings between people are much better. So the conclusions and advice for the work ahead for everybody is to keep up the activity and high level of commitment. I know it is difficult in these strange times, And we are allowed to feel a bit discouraged sometimes, but we need to pick up again and keep up the good work, because the first line service and the service for startups is crucial. It's really important to rebuild our regions and rebuild Europe. And all this is both among project partners and stakeholders, but it's just to keep up the activity. And I hope that we are able to move activities from phase 1 to phase 2, so we actually can do that and we can meet. We need to implement the postponed activities in phase 2. That is stakeholder meetings that we have not been able to implement. It's also dissemination events that we can do in phase 2. We can also, and this is important, implement additional activities. If we see for some reason that we have activities that can bring value to our monitoring of our action plans, and to make sure that the action in the action plan is implemented, we can apply the secretariat to have additional activities, like, for instance, bilateral meetings. And we can use underspending, because we have a lot of that because of all postponed activities. And this will also create more activity in phase 2. And the deadline to deliver proposals are September 21. So that was my biggest, the things I wanted to share with you at this stage. We have delivered really good results. We are getting noticed, and the secretariat are really, really satisfied with how we have solved the transition to digital and how we deliver results, even though we are struggling with the pandemic. So, and that is really important for me to communicate to you all, because it hasn't been possible to do that without the commitment from all partners. So for that, I say thank you, and I say thank you for the attention.